I love Norway. Well, I am a Swedish guy through my blood and soul, so I needed to fit a Swedish flag. Sorry, all Norwegian viewers. But Norway is an oil country, and first half year 2019, 45% of all cars sold in Norway was fully electric. 749 Porsches was sold last year, a record year for Porsche in Norway. 2,900 pre-down payment has already been made to the Taycan. That's 3 years sales in Norway. Therefore, I feel so privileged that Porsche Norway is taking me to Berlin for the world premiere of the Taycan. No surprise, isn't it, that the Taycan hosts his premiere at Berlin. 1899, 120 years ago, in September, Ferdinand Porsche took his marvelous electric car and showed it on an international car show in Berlin. Together with Ludwig Lonnier, he built carriages. He thought that the horses they were counted, well, just like the combustion engine is today. And together with Ferdinand Porsche, he built the first electric car, the P1. I guess it's quite unique that a sports car company are starting their history with electricity. Imagine 1893, a young Ferdinand Porsche heading for his passion, electrification. He went down to Vienna and got an apprentice job at an electromechanic company. And in Vienna, that was where he got in contact with the company Jacob Lonnier. And there is where he met Ludwig, and Ludwig asked him to do the chassis and the platform for his electric carriage. Coming back to Norway, 5.5 million people, and 10% approximately of the pre-order ends up in an oil country. What is the reason for that, Morten?
Well, there's one obvious reason for that, and that's related to taxation. Norwegian EV policy makes the difference between an ICE car and an EV car such huge that, this is the opportunity to realize your dream of a Porsche.
And if you look at the current model range, where would you place the Taycan?
Well, the Taycan fits very nicely between the Panamera and the 911. And you can say it has qualities from the Panamera, like the rear seats comfort. A guy like me could fit in there, while having also the center of gravity as a 911 GT3. So driving of a 911. So it's a good, fits very nicely between.
And looking at the growth of the Porsche Norway, quite impressive. And we haven't introduced the Taycan to the market yet. What do you think is the key element that lays as a foundation for your growth?
Well, that's also related to tax, and the horsepower taxation that we used to have was a huge limiter for the Porsche sales. Now, when that was put off a few years ago, we had the opportunity to grow, and we've also invested quite a lot in the brand. Put up a few extra dealers and done lots more activities, and that's why we have had success over the last couple of years up until this big moment now.
This big moment. Morten, thank you very much for participating in my channel, and good luck in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is it. This is the first time I approach the Taycan, and I'm quite excited. Remember, I have owned 20 plus Porsches. I've been living with this brand for 19 years, and now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the next chapter. First of all, thank God that they kept so much design from the prototype. I cannot thank them enough. The headlight, I would say the new trademark for the Porsche, and I think they have developed it, they have pushed it forward, but still keep all the design line from a proper Porsche. Love it, love it, love it. Going to the charger station, again, we have one on one each side, and that creates, you know, a possibility to charge even faster, and actually it will be easier to park when you charge your car because you have different alternatives. And thank God, looking at these rims, they took this beautiful design, even though I would like to have them more aggressive going, the white should go a bit further in, but I'm happy with that. Okay, this is my premiere. I have to breathe this in. Actually, it's very hot here, but as soon as I just jump into this vehicle, I feel so relieved because I feel familiar. I'm just, again, Porsche is moving the limit a step forward, introducing a total new aspect of what driving is all about. I think they call it the soul of driving, actually not soul of driving, but if you put it from my perspective, this needs to meet the soul. Quick thoughts, the dash. First of all, I've actually seen this before when I was in the north of Sweden. I think it is beautiful combination. I love it, love it, love it. Feels futuristic, but then again, still the Porsche feeling. Good design work there. And finally, we have some serious screens going on that I actually appreciate. Not on a 911, but on this car I really appreciate it because a fully electric car should feel that it is electric. Also, if I look at the dials, I'm gonna yell 1,000,000 times when I drive it because I will not feel where I'm supposed to push if I want to adjust something on the car. Otherwise, from that, I feel so at home, my friends. Come on the back, follow me, follow me, follow me. Passing all the doors, 4 doors, and bang! Let's open the gap. And here we have a proper family boot. You should not be afraid of that this has not been a significant boot space, because if it is, you should considering what you bring for vacation. Talk to your wife. I have one design detail that are one of my favorite, and I didn't expect that on a production vehicle. And that is the logotype that should be really taken under consideration. It's an electric blue, I think I would call it, or I'm not sure which color it is, but it's crystal blue, I think is a more proper word. And also the electric lines that covers or frame the Porsche logotype. And these lines are the one that I have on the introduction lights when the car is introduced. And come up to the roof. Looking at the roof, please notice that here we have already on the Turbo S model the same design lines as we had on the RS version. Beautiful to have, beautiful to see, and thank you that you have made this. Coming further in this direction, then we end up again at the second charger point. The problem is that I'm actually going to need 50 minutes more time to park my car because I'm going to play with this feeling I have here when I open the charger station. I just love it. First impression if you compare the Taycan towards the 992, 911.
Well, it's a bigger car, of course. It's not really a fair comparison against the 911 because, of course, it's a much bigger car. It's 4-door. Of course, it's fully electric. I know both cars very well, obviously, but I'm really looking forward to friends and family even coming for me for a drive for the first time in this car. I haven't been able to do that yet. The torque, this car has a lot more torque. It has a lot more power than a 911, of course, at the moment in terms of, you know, over 1,000 Newton meters of torque, nearly 70 horsepower. It's a huge amount of power, so much power instantaneously. So yes, it's a different experience to a 911 because it is, yes, it's a bigger car. The center of gravity is lower than a 911. That's very, very impressive, and Porsche have worked extremely hard to get the center of gravity down. That's important. But yeah, it's a real driver's experience, and there's no question about it. It's a Porsche sports car.
So if you take then the Panamera and compare it to that, what is the differences? How does the Taycan enters to the model range today?
Well, of course, the torque is the biggest variability, of course. So with a Panamera, of course, you have the combustion engine. We know we have a hybrid selection within our Panamera range, but this is of course, the first full electric, and the car is completely designed from scratch. It's not really a hybrid of something. It is just completely designated towards electric. So then you can put the center of gravity lower. You can have, of course, you know, it is a bit heavier. Not much, but it's a bit heavier. But I would say the torque And the people don't know where this power is coming from. That's the funny thing. They're like, they're in the back of their seats. They have this pressure of absolute performance, but they don't really know where it is. So that's impressive as well. So I think that seating position is different. The wheel arches are different. The whole feel of the car inside is very different, I think, to a Panamera, because you have that, the connectivity. All of the ergonomics is vastly different from a Panamera, and the fit and the excellence. Of course, that's in a Panamera, but it's very, the screen is all very different inside.
So if you compare driving, or from a racing perspective, differences between a combustion engine and an electric engine, what would you be the best different takes, would say? Are we talking the torque again?
Yeah, we are talking about torque again. But torque, yeah. So I always use the example when I drove the 919 Le Mans car, the record-breaking Le Mans winning car, won 19 Le Mans victories. And we would never have won those races without electrification in that car. And all of the racing drivers, whenever we had problems with the electric side, if we did, we're like, this car without that, we need the electric. This is such a crucial part of the car's performance, and the way it worked, it really brought the car alive. Honestly, brought the car alive. And so we have done some demonstrations where we just run on the combustion engine, and we're like not very happy. We need the electrification. So that's what is incredible. You need that electrification to give you that feeling of performance.
And I would like to finalize by thanking you for all the pleasure
you
have been giving us behind the TV shows when you were racing.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck.
Pleasure was all mine.
The Taycan is released and a new chapter has started. 625 horsepower with an overboast of 761. The car will fly. For the list price of the Taycan Turbo in Sweden, you're able to buy a Cayenne hybrid that will take your family skiing, a 718 Cayman T for the B-road drive, and actually 11,000 euro for petrol.
What a historical day I had as a Porsche nerd and petrol head, well, electric head, so to speak. So what are my biggest takes? Well, the design. It is, getting rid of those small things that has been on the pre-production cars, all these stickers, etc., really wakes up the Taycan towards the design elements. The details are, as always, in perfection when it comes to Porsche. I cannot wait until I get my hands to drive one of these cars. What's the downsides? Well, 450 kilometers range. Not sure if I'm satisfied with that. The price are a bit too high, since I can basically get a 991.2 RS for the same money as a Taycan Turbo S. So where does this leave us? Will we be electrified? Yes, we will certain times, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy my Taycan. Stay tuned to my channel and you will find out, and hit that subscribe button if you are not already a subscriber. Okay, how old am I? I think I am average 10 years old right now. I'm playing with some technology, open and closing a lid. Such a childish person I am.